The 50C meeting of the Security Council is called to order.
It was a humiliating defeat. U.S. attempts to extend an arms embargo on Iran in the UN Security Council earlier this month ended in abject failure.
The draft resolution has not been adopted.
Traditional allies like Britain, France, and Germany abstained. The only country voting with the U.S. was the Dominican Republic.
The meeting is adjourned.
It just demonstrates that President Trump and his team are not only bad at the strategy of approaching Iran, they're bad at just the day-to-day tactics of diplomacy.
It was then Secretary of State John Kerry who signed the 2015 deal with Iran on the behalf of the U.S. And this week he appeared at the Democratic Convention in support of Joe Biden.
Joe understands our values don't limit our power, they magnify it. He knows you can't spread democracy around the world if you don't practice it at home.
In 2018, President Trump unilaterally withdrew from the Iran agreement, which had been signed by China, France, Germany, Iran, Russia, the United Kingdom, and the European Union.
It was an achievement for the European Union, one of their crowning achievements. And so to trash that deal, to destroy that deal, was not only an attack on Iran, but I think it was first and foremost an attack on America's allies in Europe.
We will be today terminating our relationship with the World Health Organization and redirecting those funds to other worldwide and deserving urgent global public health needs.
President Trump began the process to pull the U.S. out of the World Health Organization, this at a time of raging pandemic, an action Joe Biden insisted he would immediately reverse as president. President Trump pulled out of the Paris Climate Accords after labeling climate change a hoax, something that Joe Biden has pledged to rectify. On the subject of Russia, President Trump has stressed the need for cordial relations and has dismissed accusations about Moscow's interference in the 2016 election. Joe Biden says President Putin is assaulting the foundation of Western democracy by seeking to weaken NATO, divide the European Union, and undermine the U.S. electoral system.
Yes, I accept your nomination to run and serve with Barack Obama.
Biden says he'll offer an international policy rooted in years at the highest level of government, drawing on relationships with world leaders built up as senator and vice president. But the Trump legacy is likely to linger.
The more dangerous aspect to the Trump foreign policy is that it is really, it's such a scorch and burn policy. It's hard to go back. For example, on the World Health Organization or on the Paris Climate Accords, it's going to be hard for even a President Biden to go back into those institutions and those multilateral accords and be taken seriously.
A Biden presidency may demand accountability for the actions of some that President Trump simply dismissed. It might restore the correct legal term, occupied territory, with regard to Palestine and recommit to a two-state solution. But the greatest challenge facing a Biden team would be to restore international trust in a nation that once prided itself as the leader of the free world. Mike Hanna, Al Jazeera, Washington.